Okay, derivatives of the inverse trig function. And you're going to have these, you're going to have this list, and look at, you're just going to plug things in. So like the inverse trig, you're going to take the derivative of whatever that the theta is, or the function is, and then over the square root of 1 subtract that function squared. So let's just get started. So here you have the inverse of sine, and there is its theta, let's call it. And I'm going to refer to that as u. So you take the derivative of that u over 1 subtract, and you should always do, when you're squaring something, represent it by putting in parentheses, u squared. And now we can just get started. The derivative of u is 12x squared. And sometimes some people show that as 1 times, but that's not what I did. Here, I'll show you. So I'm just going to plug everything in. Again, sometimes there would have been a 1 here, and you would have multiplied, you would have put the 12x squared over here and then multiplied. But you just fill in the information. Under this, in the square root, 1 subtract u squared. Well, 4x cubed and then squared, and then you simplify that again. You square the 4, don't forget about that. And then remember, laws of exponents, when you raise an exponent to a power, you multiply. If anything can simplify, you must simplify it, but in this case, it's all in the inside, so you can't. So this right here, you could rewrite that as sine. You could write it as this notation right here. So, and then 4x cubed, and it's the derivative of that we just did. All right, now we're going to do cosecant. And if you notice up here, before I get started on cosecant, sine and cosine have almost the exact same, but there's a negative sign in front. Tangent and cotangent, same thing. There's just a negative sign in front. And secant and cosecant, same thing. So not too difficult. Cosecant, here we have cosecant down here. All right, so that's the opposite of the derivative of u over the absolute value of the theta, or the u, times the square root of u squared subtract 1. So let's just start filling it in. The derivative of u is going to be 8x. So we just put the opposite of that derivative is negative 8x. The absolute value, and I guess we could have done that, the absolute value is just going to be 4x squared. And then notice the 8 and the 4 are going to cancel. You're going to have a negative 2. That x and one of those x's cancel. So what you're left with is, and we can leave the negative sign out front, negative 2 over an x remains times the square root of 16x to the 4th subtract 1. Yeah, pretty easy. And then you could rewrite it in this notation up here. And that's it for sine and cosecant, inverse trig.